Hi everyone, it's April Garwood from Banana Moon Studio. In this video, I'll be showing you how to crochet my hearth crochet blanket square, which is made in Alpine stitch. So I'll turn this camera around and we'll get started. To crochet the hearth blanket square, which is made in Alpine stitch, we're going to need worsted weight yarn. I'm using Cascade Yarns Pacific and a size J crochet hook. So our written pattern gives us a note at the beginning of the square to say that chain 2 spaces and joining half double crochet stitches will count as corner chain spaces. So let's keep that in mind, and then we're going to start by making a magic circle. So to do that, we are going to leave ourselves plenty of, keep this end plenty long, and we're going to lay it across 2 fingers, wrap that around one time, and then pull that ring off. Crochet hook through the loop, and I like to tighten it a little bit. And then our first round begins with a chain 2. So we will pull the yarn through that ring and then chain 1 and 2, and then our ring is ready to use. So this tells us that that chain 2 won't count as a stitch. We're going to work into that magic circle 3 double crochet, chain 2 3 times. So I'll yarn over, and we should have our tail along with our circle. We're going to work over both of those strands. So there's my first group of 3, and now my first corner chain space is this chain 2. And now I'll do another group of 3, still working over both strands. And another corner chain space, chain 2, and another group of 3. And another chain 2 space, and one more group of 3. I think I finished my 3 times, so now I'm going to do another 3 double crochet right here, and then a half double crochet in the first stitch to join. Okay, so here is my last group of 3 double crochet stitches. And then we are going to go ahead and close up our center. So you're going to grab your end here and pull to tighten up the center. Okay, and then for our last corner chain space, it's actually not going to be a chain. We're going to yarn over and go back into our first stitch and half double crochet to join. Now, if you're having a little trouble locating your first stitch in the round, you can always, when you make the first stitch, you can use a stitch marker in it so that it's easy to spot when you come back to it. But you can also go back to this first group of 3 and find, here's the top of the first one, so we can count backwards, 1, 2, and 3. Keep in mind that this right here, this was our beginning chain 2, so this is the top of our first stitch here. So yarn over and place a half double crochet stitch there, and that's going to form our last corner chain space. The reason I like to do that half double crochet to join is that it means that I can start the next round in the middle of that corner chain space instead of on one side of it. And it allows us to make crochet squares that don't have a seam running through them. You can't really see the joins. Okay, so for round 2, we're going to begin with chain 1, single crochet in the first corner chain space. So I'll chain 1, and that first corner chain space, of course, is this one, and we're in the middle of it. So we're actually going to put a single crochet stitch over here. When we get to the end of our round, we're going to put some more on this side. Okay, and then we have single crochet in each stitch across to next corner chain space. So I'll be working 1 single crochet here, and here, and here. And then I will single crochet, chain 2, single crochet in the corner chain space. So 1 single crochet, a chain 2, and another single crochet in the corner. And then we're going to be repeating that around. I'm just about finished with round 2. I have worked my 3 single crochet stitches here, and then so that's where I stitched across to the next corner chain space. So I finished my last repeat here at the double star. Now I will single crochet in the corner chain space and then do my half double crochet join. So I'm going to be placing my last single crochet stitch here on this side of this corner chain space, and then I will yarn over and half double crochet in the first stitch for my join. Okay, and then for round 3, we'll chain 2 and double crochet in the corner chain space. So we'll chain 2, yarn over, double crochet right here, and then double crochet in the next stitch, and then we're going to alternate EF PDC. You will find the detailed instructions for that stitch up here, but I'll also show you how it's done. We're going to alternate EF PDC and double crochet 2 times. So first a double crochet right here, okay, EF PDC, that stands for extended front post double crochet. So we're actually going to be working that stitch around the post of the double crochet 2 rows below. So normally we'd be working into the stitch in the row previous. We're actually going to look down here for this double crochet stitch, and we're going to start from the front side and go around the post of that double crochet stitch, and you're going to pull up a loop underneath it, yarn over, pull through just 1 loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and yarn over and pull through 2 loops. That's an extended front post double crochet. Extended because we worked kind of like an extra chain at the bottom of it to give it additional height, and it needed that additional height because it had to start further down than our stitches normally would. Okay, so that, and then we're alternating with double crochet. So the next stitch, it may be a little hard to determine where you're supposed to put this, but keep in mind that if we kind of peel this away, we can see this stitch here that we did not work into. The next one we need to work into is here. So that's where our double crochet stitch is going. And then we do another extended front post double crochet stitch. Okay, so we're not going to be working into this. We're going to work around the post of the stitch below it. So we're down here around this. So we did a post stitch around the first double crochet of this group of 3. We're not doing a post stitch around this one. We're going to put a post stitch around the 3rd. So we'll go around it. We'll pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through 1 loop, and yarn over and pull through 2 loops, and yarn over and pull through 2 loops. And then we do another double crochet. Okay, so we skipped this one since we were working that extended post stitch, so now we put our next double crochet here. Okay, so that brings us to here where we did the group of stitches in the parentheses. We've done that 2 times. So now in our corner chain space, we're going to do double crochet, chain 2, double crochet in the corner chain space. So here's our corner chain space, double crochet, chain 2, double crochet. All right, so that completes our corner. We're going to be doing this same thing all the way around. I will come back and give you additional instructions when we're almost finished with this round. I have gotten to my double star and my last repeat here. So I've ended my last repeat at the double star. Now I'm ready to double crochet in the corner chain space and then work my joins. So here is my double crochet in the chain space, and then a half double crochet to join. Remember, this is your chain 2. We're not stitching into that, okay? All right, and here is what we have now, and we're ready to begin round 4. Round 4, and from this point on, I believe all of our even numbered rounds are going to be a repeat of round 2. So again, that's a single crochet in the chain space, single crochet in every stitch across to the next corner chain space, and then in the corner chain space it's going to be single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. So all of your even numbered rows, you've got those down. They're going to be easy. I just finished round 4. Now we're going to look at round 5. Round 5 begins just like all of our other odd numbered rounds with a chain 2 and a double crochet in the corner space. So we've done that now. And then we're going to double crochet in the next 2 stitches, and then we are going to do our alternating between our post stitches and our double crochet stitches. We're going to do that group of stitches 3 times. So I will start with a double crochet here, and one more here, and now we're going to do 3 sets of alternating post and standard double crochet stitches. Now this is my next single crochet stitch. I've already worked into this one, so this one would be next. So what I'm looking for is the double crochet stitch below that. So here is the top of the double crochet stitch below that. Here is the post of it. So that's what I'm going around. Pull up a loop, yarn over and through 1 loop, yarn over through 2, and yarn over through 2. I'm going to skip the single crochet behind that and now put a double crochet in this one. And then my next post stitch is going to be under this one. Okay, see how it falls between these 2 post stitches? That's what we're looking for, because we're going to be, in order to make this Alpine stitch, we're going to be staggering our post stitches. When we do a square made in crochet ribbing, our post stitches are stacked on top of each other, but here they're going to be staggered. Okay, so we're skipping the single crochet behind that, and we're going to we're going to double crochet in the next one. And now we will work a post stitch in the, so here's our next single crochet. We're going down to the double crochet underneath that. Through 1 loop, through 2 loops. loops, through 2 loops. Okay, so like I said, we're staggering, so you'll know you've got the right placement of that post stitch when it is falling in between the post stitches below that. We'll skip the single behind that and place our next double crochet here. And that finishes the repeat in parentheses. Now we do double crochet in the next stitch and then our corner. So go ahead and double crochet then in this one. And our corner chain space is going to have a double crochet, a chain 2, and a double crochet. So you'll be repeating those instructions around, and I'll come back and help you when it's time for our next odd numbered row. Since all of our even numbered rows, this one at this point, are repeats, I'm just going to come back at the beginning of each odd numbered row and show you how to do that. We're ready to begin row 7. We're going to start with the chain 2 and double crochet in the corner chain space, just like we have for our other odd numbered rows. And then we will double crochet in the next stitch and then start alternating our post and standard stitches. So we'll double crochet here. And now we'll find our next single and the double underneath it, and that's where we'll place our first extended post stitch. We'll skip the stitch behind it and put a standard single crochet in the next one. I'm sorry, a standard double crochet. And then we'll find our next single and the double underneath it for our next post stitch. We'll skip the single behind it and standard double crochet in the next stitch. Okay, so we're going to alternate post stitches and standard stitches across this row until we have 6 post stitches. And I need 1 more post stitch. I have 5 so far. So again, I'll find the next single and the double underneath it. That's where I'll place the post stitch. And 1 more double crochet to finish that repeat. Okay, so now I have done my repeat 6 times. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 post stitches. And then I will double crochet, chain 2, and double crochet in the corner chain space. That's right here. And you'll repeat that around until you get back over here, and you'll be finishing the round with a double crochet and joining with the half double crochet in the corner. But you'll notice as you look at this that our post stitches are staggered. See, so we have these 2 and this one between them, and these 2 and this one between them. So as you're working this square, your post stitches will always be staggered, and that is how we do Alpine stitches, to stagger our post stitches. So I'm going to finish up this round in the next one, and then I'll come back and show you how to work one side of round 9. We're ready to begin round 9. So again, we'll start with the chain 2 and double crochet in the corner chain space. This time we're going to double crochet in the next 2 stitches, and then we will begin alternating post and standard stitches. So we'll double crochet here and in the next. And now we'll do our first post stitch. So we'll find the next single, and then the double underneath it is right here. We will skip the single crochet that's behind this stitch and double crochet in the next one. Then we'll find our next single, and the double underneath it is right between the 2 post stitches that we did 2 rounds ago. We'll skip the stitch behind that and double crochet in the next. I'm going to repeat alternating those 2 stitches until I have 7 post stitches. All right, and one more stitch to complete my last repeat. And I should have 7 post stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And remember, they're going to be staggered with the post stitches from 2 rounds below. And then when I finish working those repeats, I'll double crochet one more time and then work my corner chain space. So double crochet right here. And then in the corner, double crochet, chain 2, and one more double crochet. And so you'll work each side the same way until you get back around. So I'll go ahead and finish up the next 2 rounds and come back to the video when I'm ready to begin round 11. Now we're ready to begin round 11, which is our last post stitch round. We'll start as we did with all the others with a chain 2 and a double crochet in the corner chain space. And then we will double crochet in the next stitch, and then we'll alternate our post and standard stitches. Okay, so we'll start our first post stitch by looking at our next single and then finding the double underneath it. Skip the stitch behind it and double crochet in the next. And then our next, we'll find the next single and then the double underneath it for our next post stitch. Okay, and we'll repeat that across until we have 10 post stitches. So I'm doing my last repeat of the post and standard stitches. So the final post stitch of this side of the square for row 11 is going to go on this last double crochet stitch. double crochet stitch right here, just before the corner chain space. Okay, so now I should have 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 post stitches, and then I'll do my corner. So I'll double crochet and chain 2 and double crochet. So I'll repeat that across every side for round 11, and then round 12, one additional repeat of round 2, which is the single crochet round, and that finishes the square. So I will come back when I'm all finished with the square and we'll look at it briefly. I've now finished my Alpine stitch square, and you'll notice that the last round of post stitches, we have 10 post stitches across, and in the very last round we have 25 single crochet stitches on each side, along with the 4 corner chain spaces. So that is how the square is done. If you are looking for the free written pattern for this square, you will find it by clicking the link in the description or the information card in this corner. And there you'll be able to find out about the Fall Feels Crochet Along and the throw blanket that this is part of, and also, like I said, the written instructions for this square and the others in the Fall Feels throw blanket. So I hope that you all have a lovely day. Bye.